Welcome to the team selection for Gameweek 19, where I will talk about my own team and the wildcard draft that I would have done if I had my wildcard left. So if you still can use it, or if you just want to hear some general player tips that you can apply on your own team, then stick around. When looking at wildcard players, we are looking for good value, good form and good fixtures. But first, let's look at how my team did last game week. It was my worst game week of my entire FPL career, not that surprising considering the matchups and my weak bench, so this will be a lesson in how not to play the game. Let me explain what I mean by that. I don't know what flew into me when I thought Target from Aston Villa was a good idea to bring in, because Aston Villa is arguably the second weakest defensive team in the league. It showed when they conceded 3 against Southampton. My other mistake this week was to captain Son. It could of course gone right, but what I don't like about my decision is that I didn't go with my gut feeling Vardy. I got intimidated when I didn't see anyone on Twitter talking about captaining Vardy. In the top 10k, a lot more people captained Son. Son's red card was unlucky, of course, but I think I learned a lesson to listen to myself more. I usually talk about my transfer plans from here on, but I've already made my transfers. And I took a -4 last night. When Son got his red card, he was out of my team immediately, and the only midfielder that wasn't in my team that I really like was Salah. I also wanted to get rid of Pulisic since he has blanked in every game since I got him in, and even stayed on the bench the entire game versus Spurs. Now let's take a look at a potential wildcard team. In goal we have Guaita. He has a great schedule and he was close to get his 5th clean sheet in a row last game. Patrick van Aanholt is always by the end of the year among the top scoring defenders. PVA is in my eyes the most enjoyable FPL wingback to watch together with the Liverpool ones. Lundstrom's schedule isn't great, but he's a season keeper, so most of us have a lot of value tied up in him and I wouldn't sell him just because he has a couple of tougher games. Aurier has been a decent option and now his fixtures are among the best of any teams. A great crosser and a little bit of a bonus point magnet. Salah is the most informed player in the league perhaps, 29 points in his last 2 games. The fixtures are what could be problematic, but if that's the only reason why people are avoiding Salah, then I'm happy to own him. Norwich has found their groove again. I watched the first half against Wolves and they should have scored a couple of goals. Cantwell was their only scorer and he shows how important he is for them. Him and Lundstrom are the value picks of the season probably. Even if he sometimes starts on the bench, the value is clearly there because when he does play, he often performs. It's a bit like David Silva. It's tough to be patient sometimes with these types of players, but you just have to accept that being benched is a part of their game and just look at the points that comes in the long run. There's so many value picks this year in defense and attack, and even a few midfielders such as Cantwell and Traoré. That's why I want a big hitter, and I think Mane is as good as fixture proof. Second in FPL points after Vardy. KDB is a season keeper as well. He is running things in the City attack. He has been given more of a free role lately and he really is shining. And also the fixtures are good. Vardy, the top scorer in FPL. Everyone owns him and there's absolutely zero reason to ditch him in my eyes. Even though the upcoming game versus Liverpool will be a little tough, he will still get his chances. I'm not completely sold on Jimenez, but you can't argue with his consistency. He has returned in 9 of his last 11 games. The Liverpool game in Gameweek 20 will be tough, but I think that the Manchester City game with their weak defense is nothing to worry about. And I think that Wolves' counterattacks will hurt them. Danny Ings has been one of the value players of the season and is ticking along very nicely. And it's time we stop ignoring him. His fixtures are bad on paper, but he is actually fixture proof if we look what he has done against the big teams this season. That was it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing for future FPL tips.